Here we go. Real quick, I did get some upgrades for my weapons. Yeah, I'm going in with much stronger stuff than before, because before I was going in with, 154, but now I'm going with 449. Yeah. Because this is tier 2, and this is tier 3. Got tier 2 of Hard Puncher going. I mean, what I have on now is gear for White Steel. Because I have a stronger Hard Puncher, and I have a couple flamethrowers stacked up. Oh yeah, and I also have Motorcycle Psycho A. But for this, we're gonna be focusing on White Steel right now. Also, I'm gonna be chatting about Deathverse, because I just felt like doing it. I had been playing it for a bit after the stream I did about a week ago or so. And in that time, I realized a bunch of stuff about the design, so I wanted to talk about Deathverse from a design perspective, and also the lack of reception for it on Steam and stuff like that. Because originally I was going back and forth whether to talk about Deathverse while playing Deathverse or talking about Deathverse while playing Let It Die. And I always wanted to show White Steel.
Is a class 100 clean room.
I think that's the name of this guy.
Thank you very much for using this service.
I wanted to show off one of the Forcemen on stream in some capacity. Like on stream or on video, because I've done both ways with this series. And also, Deathverse currently, as I checked about half an hour ago, has only 56 players on it, on the Steam version. Which makes up 3.5 games. So, getting into matches would be pretty difficult, or take a lot of time, assuming, even if we assume that everyone's doing ranked. Which I figure if talking about Deathverse at any point is worth starting to talk about, that would be the ranked stuff. So because of the low reception in the Steam version of Deathverse, they're about, yeah, I'd say maybe the first 8 people were in that red tier, that tier beyond the teal tier, because it goes bronze, silver, gold. The teal tier, which I'm assuming is diamond based on the color, and then some level beyond that. I'm just gonna call that master for sake of simplicity. Roughly 10 people in Deathverse on Steam of the top 100 are in master, while a majority of the rest of the 90 of the top 100 are in diamond, but there's still a handful. Okay, this is gonna be harder than I thought. This is a strategy, but I do not have the stats for it. I'm gonna pick no. Okay, never mind. We'll just have to do this boss fight after I beat. Yeah, probably after I beat the main base game, floor 40. The bright side is they don't charge for failing to face the Forceman. But yes, so the top 100 in Steam for Deathverse, about 10 are master tier last I checked, and then there was about 80 and diamond, and then somewhere between 5 to 10. So yeah, 80 to 85 are in diamond, and 5 to 10 are in gold. Meanwhile, if you check on the PlayStation version of Deathverse, about half of the top 100 are in Master and the rest are in Diamond. I wonder if this would have gone better with my fully leveled up character. I mean, the stats, the most important stats, are currently on right now. But yeah, this would definitely be easier if I had 6-star people. Okay, let's get the gear going. Let's try and take out Goto. So, yes. Definitely more people are in ranked in PlayStation, which I think means that the more people are regularly playing than Steam. PlayStation version of Deathverse wouldn't have to try very hard to accomplish that. Because
Thank you for coming.
Steam version of Deathverse has, like I said, the 56 people online, but then also 120 in a 24-hour period, which it's a weekend, so holy crap, right? Like 56 people are playing a free-to-play game on the weekend, or 120. Oh yeah, a peak of 120 people on a weekend. That's nuts.
Going up.
That's ridiculously low. And so the low adoption on the Steam version of Deathverse leads to a problem. And that problem...
This vessel is a class 100 clean room.
Oh Jesus Christ, I misspelled the word for. Hang on.
We look forward.
Alright, fixed it. Because if you don't have enough people playing, what happens with the game and ranked is that it will put you with someone who is up to 2 ranks above you. Yeah, it was pretty consistent playing people, or tried to make sure only max of 2 ranks were higher than you. Because back when I was in bronze, I would sometimes get the occasional gold person, But otherwise, most of the time would be bronze and silver, but there would sometimes be gold. And once there was a single person in the group that was diamond, and I'm like, wow, okay, nope, that's holy shit. Like, that's ridiculous to expect bronze people to go up against a diamond player, but at the same time, the game was struggling to find people to put in a group together. And once you hit silver, because I did hit that in my off time, you end up, oh, I forgot to switch my decal, so well, whatever. Wanted to take off the Deathverse one because, and have Marathon Runner, which is on my other character. But yeah, I hit silver in my spare time, or in my own time. And you sometimes get bronze. You sometimes get... I forget if you need to fight this guy in order to move on. So yeah, with the low amount of people on the Steam version, at least, of Deathverse, oh, it's weird that locks that one off. Now we can take a quick look. It's not like Cohen's gonna respond. The low amount of people adopting Deathverse on Steam resulted in loaded lobbies where in some cases like half of your room or the group that you'd be put with would be a whole rank higher than you. If you were bronze, half the lobby would be silver, and if you're silver, half the lobby would be gold with a sprinkle of diamond. It's overall not a good time. Another problem with the low adoption rate, besides the stacking of higher level people with you, is that you would sometimes end up with laggy matches. Jesus Christ, come on. I used to play this game. But yeah, you'd end up with matches with terrible latency because if the game is struggling to find people to pair everyone up with, it's gonna start looking for people, period. It's gonna start looking for bodies they can throw in. Some of them being way on the other end of the earth from each other, which doesn't always lead to the most stable connection. I've had, like at one point, I straight up had 4 matches in a row where I died purely because of the game not being able to keep up with everything that's going on. I would swing the hammer and it would go clean, like into, like my hammer would be in someone's chest in the animation. And it just wouldn't count. the game would just be like, nope, hey, no damage given. Which is always frustrating. And not the game's fault. If there were more people playing, then, you know, that wouldn't be happening. But the reality of things is that was what was happening. And these are things and complaints or problems I find with the game on, you know, lack of. There are problems caused by a lack of player base, which is outside of the devs' control. However, I do have some problems with Deathverse that are design-based, which is more in the devs' control. Oh, is that treasure? Yes, it is. So yeah, some stuff about Deathverse's design, like core design, is that other battle royales, you have choice of where you land.
Oh, it's you.
Or where you start.
Well, I've got a real pro choice. Nope, I don't think you can go wrong with that one. A real pro choice. I'll see you around.
And because, yeah, it's the structure of, and it's the structure used in Fortnite, Rumbleverse, you know, other battle royales, is that where you start, you pick. You pick where you land, you pick where you start off at. But the stuff you get is random. So it's adaptability based on your ability to adjust to whatever weapons you find. Or in Rumbleverse, whatever wrestling moves you find. With Deathverse, however, where you start is completely random. But the weapon that you start with is your choice. This leads to a couple of frustrations that I had personally. And I think a more casual audience would also have problems with. I mean, I'm not, you know. I mean, I'm a silver ranked Deathverse player, so, you know, it's not like I was mega good or anything, so I feel these complaints do apply to the casual audience. But, yeah, no, not picking where you start sometimes feels like the game screwing you over. Of course, the game isn't maliciously and purposefully screwing you over, but it feels like you're dealt a worse hand when you are, say, using the rocket hammer, or the earth shaker, as its official name is called, which is a weapon entirely based around ambushing and stealth, because when you're crouched you move faster than if you're equipped with any other weapon. And when you have the earth shaker and you spawn right next to someone, like, you're never in view of someone else, but sometimes, you know, I go out there and I take 2 steps and bam, there's just someone right there. Or I'm placed in a place of lower elevation, like I'm lower to the ground, and someone is put on a second floor of a building, and they easily get a drop attack on me. It sucks. Like, fighting games would feel terrible if your opponent had the opportunity to get damage on you before the match felt like it even started. which is a weird comparison to make, but one that I feel is apt when in Deathverse you are fighting someone with melee, like it's melee weapons on both sides, you and the other person. And a lot of times you end up in one-on-one situations. Also turns out I don't need to fight Cohen to go fight Goto, but I'll try and make it work. You know what? Just in case, I'll preemptively equip that. So yeah, having random placement doesn't feel great. Especially when you have a weapon that tries to play towards a particular strategy. And the other half, Deathverse letting you pick and start with a specific weapon. Has a problem in a different way. Because when you know what weapon you're starting with, and you know what you're aiming for, when you don't get it, again, it's either the result of bad placement, or the more likely case, your personal skill not quite being to the level necessary. Which again is something that's part of fighting games, is when it's just you and another person fighting each other. You know, it's not like a hero shooter where you can blame your teammates. Your mistakes are entirely on you in the fighting game. Unless bad match connection or something. But for the most part, in a fighting game, your failure is the result of your lack of skill or your lack of understanding the matchup. A myriad of reasons.
Gore-tastic.
So in Deathverse, when you end up in a lot of one-on-one fighting situations and you end up losing, it's you. It's not your weapon. Other battle royales, you can blame hey, I got, a low rarity wrestling move in Rumbleverse while my opponent got a much higher one, or I got a wrestling move I'm not familiar with. But in Deathverse, your weapon is your pick, and you get it. And you have it, you start off with it right away. And so if you fail a 1v1, losing feels frustrating. If it is from where the game decided to spawn you, because, it plays against your strategy. And if you do get put in a spot that's beneficial to you, and you lose, it's because of your lack of skill. These two factors together make Deathverse feel very frustrating, because it's the inverse of most other battle royales. You pick where you start, so you can play towards a strategy. Hey, that wasn't nice. Oh, my pants are already about to break. No, I have really cold ones. Well, alright. You make it work. But yes, Deathverse, what I'm trying to say is the parts that in a battle royale you can normally blame easily, you can't as easily with Deathverse, and parts that you can normally strategize around, you again cannot in Deathverse. dragon shroom before we started. Damn. No matter. There's an event going on where you get 3 free continues. No skin off my nose. Cool, it's been a while. And so let's see, I talked about Deathverse from the ranking system and from the angle of the randomness of it. Its randomness versus randomness of other battle royales. So, yeah, so one question one might have is, well, if they have problems with people picking up the game and problems with people of different strengths, vastly different strengths, ending up together as a result, why not have more bots? Why not put in bots to help pad out different rankings? And there is a problem with this. One that I'm sure the devs thought of and is the reason why they don't implement this. This is speculation, but I'm pretty sure that this is the case. If you include bots, then people can just farm weapon level on the bots. Because in Deathverse, your weapons do have levels.
Thank you for coming. Please state your desire.
And if you reach, level 10, your passive effect gets stronger. You unlock your passive effect on your weapon. You hit level 20 with your weapon, gets even stronger. You hit level 30, your passive perk gets stronger again, and you unlock an additional perk.
This elevator fulfills the highest safety
So,
standards.
if the devs implemented bots, then people can just farm and make themselves
Very
even
much for
stronger,
using this service.
which, at least on the Steam version, if you have dead times or times where very few people are playing, and they all seem to be in ranked, because times I did try playing, if I did a ranking match and I did poorly and I was like, well, I feel like ranking up one of my other weapons, because you need to rank up the base version of a weapon to level 10 before you can craft the advanced versions of it. So I would be like, okay, I'll just take the machete and go to exhibition, and then 6 minutes of matchmaking would go by and I'd be like, wow, there's even less people playing exhibition than there are playing ranked. So if they had bots, I, instead of waiting that 6 minutes I waited for matchmaking to happen, it would, be like 2 minutes. The game would be like, okay, here's some bots, and then you could just farm for a while.
Anytime.
which, you know, would be advantageous. Yeah, which could give people a grind they could do and edge over other people.
Oh, welcome back.
And I'm sure they had a hard enough time making some decisions about ranked without having to worry about that.
Come back anytime.
Of course, you know, when making a game, I'm sure they're like planning for people to play it, and hence why they didn't include the bots. And I mentioned the bots because I saw some people on Twitter recommending it, and it would be nice if it was there, but I think the reasons I just stated are reasons why they aren't. Or at least not as many. Yeah, at least not as many as some people may want. I do feel like in an exhibition you could get bots. But at the same time though, how many bots do you get if 6 minutes can go by without someone getting a match going?
Thank you for coming.
Oh yeah, I got 46 or 44k. I should find new
Oh,
one.
welcome back. Thanks. Come back anytime.
Please state your desired floor. Going up.
Yeah, I'm gonna need the flamethrower. We're dealing with Jindai ahead of time. Or coming up soon.
This elevator is locked from the inside.
Oh yes, a detail I forgot to mention. The reason why
Thank you very much for using
I
this
feel
service.
it's particularly screwed up that players of so many different rankings could go up against each other. It's because in Deathverse, and I noticed this playing matches after the stream, in Deathverse you only get rank points, which is the entire thing needed to, it's the experience points to level up your rank. You only get them through getting kills. Well, no, that's a lie, but you get like over 10 points per kill. Or you get somewhere around 10 points per kill. You get way more points getting kills than just surviving. If you survive to like, yeah, I survived to like 5th or 6th once without getting kills, too many kills, and I got like a couple points. But at times I've gotten kills in Deathverse, I would get 10 points, 5 to 10 points per kill. It feels like. So, you know, it's not a matter of, oh, this person had a bunch of matches but did poorly, so it's fine to put them with lower ranked people. No, it's pretty skill based. Like, you can only get as far through as you can through having skill. So when a gold player is put up against a bronze player, that's why I feel it's super fucked up, because you get out of bronze and into silver at around the 900 rank point mark, but gold starts at like 15 to 1800. So you're putting someone with thousands of kills Nah, hundreds of kills. You're playing someone with hundreds of kills up against someone who's had maybe a few, a couple dozen max. Like, Deathverse needs more people playing it. That's the long and the short of it. These complaints and problems with it are based upon like how many people are playing it, and with Steam, the version on Steam, practically nobody's playing it. It's Sunday, and not even the full list of the top 100 are playing. Or not even enough people to fill out of top 100 are playing. That's more of the way to phrase it. I should probably grab steel. And then of course there's the whole balance problem with katana. Basic katana. The other katanas are easier to deal with. I did ultimately start defeating people who had the base katana. I did start working around them, but it was a struggle. Especially since it is possible for the Earthshaker or the rocket-propelled hammer in Deathverse. Like, it's an ambush weapon. It is to do extra back attack damage with it. It has the, crawling, move faster passive on it. But straight up, one time there was someone who I saw who had let their guard down, and I tried fighting them. I started with a death blow, and at the last second they panicked death blow with the katana, the basic katana, and were able to just do the 360 around them. And death blows can interrupt each other's animation. Feels like it's overpowered. It should be tuned differently. Like I said, you can work around it, but it just feels like Hammer has to do 3 times the work Katana needs to do in order to have the same level of effectiveness or get the same amount of work. Even though on paper it's even. Strangely enough, like if you ignore the different benefits that katana has in some ways and looked at it purely by numbers, they're even-ish. Because the amount of damage a 3-hit string the katana can, or a 3-hit combo, sorry. The katana has a 3-hit combo in Deathverse. The damage that 3 hits does is equal to, it's either a light attack or heavy attack swing of the hammer. Either way, like on paper, they do roughly similar damage, but Hammer can't combo. I tried to find a way to make something work. The hammer cannot combo in Deathverse. It just cannot. With the Earth Shaker, I tried doing heavy attack directly into death blow, like catching people on the edge of the heavy attack. And if people don't know how to react, it works. But otherwise, they can like quickly dodge or shield. The hammer death blow can be blocked by shield. Which is weird to say, but at the same time, hammer would be super overpowered if it could deal with shields in multiple ways instead of just one. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go the gold path. I think I have enough gear still to do that. We can always turn back and sprint if it ends up being a problem. Actually, I should head back to the waiting room anyway.
Thank you for coming. Please state you're going down.
Now in Deathverse, the arms weapons, the arm gauntlets, I did find something interesting. The first two hits do combo together. Like, people can't mash or shield between those two hits.
I have never been put in any danger.
But when you get to the third hit, so you know, after the first two hits, someone can, you know, shield
I
or
look
dodge or,
forward
you
to
know,
your
get out of it.
return.
But if someone tries to shield on the third hit breaks shields instantly, which is nuts to me. Like, that's insane that it just straight up has that. It definitely gives it a helping hand in trying to compete with katanas and hammers, but its skill, at least on the main basic arms, I don't quite remember what the other arms have. But the basic arms has a shield where you just lock down on the ground and just put a shield over yourself. And you're immune to damage, but you can't move. And in Deathverse, I don't see how much utility that has. Because if you throw that out, your opponent can just wait. Like, they can just stand there and stare at you. Wait, I do not need this anymore. Your opponent can just flat out stand there and stare at you as you put up the shield, arm shield. And then just attack you when it's over.
Huh? You've got something nice there, ain't ya?
Knight's Lance, that's pretty good.
You've got something nice there, ain't ya?
Yeah, I remember
Back
old
anytime.
strategy for farming the second form of the jackals was to use Knight's Lance. What else more can I chat about with Deathverse? Yeah, I guess I could go over more things Katana has going for it. The basic katana. It's weird that's the basic katana. Like, the advanced katanas are more fair than the basic katana in Deathverse. the advanced katanas have death blows that force them to commit to a direction, whether it's the air slashes that go forward or the teleport slash.
Hello, believer in power. True. Are you sure?
But
Without mushrooms, there's no glory. There's nothing. There's no love. Nothing makes sense.
well, with the death blows of all other weapons, you
welcome
need
back.
to commit to a direction. Basic katana just has a big slash attack around itself, around the user. But arms, you're committed to running forward. Buzzsaw, you're committed to surfing on it around. Earthshaker, you're committed to the leaps.
Come back anytime.
Basic hammer, you're committed to the lead go round, no, smash go round. The spin attack, basically. And yes, with the
Thank you for
chrome
coming. Please
hammer,
state your desired
you're not
floor.
committed to a direction, but you put out 3 very slow moving projectiles. One does more damage than the other 2. Didn't I buy materials? Or did I put them in here? Ah, I put them in here. Okay, never mind. But yeah, basic katana and Deathverse has so much going for it.
Going up.
Like, I feel sorry for buzzsaw mains. Their death blow is weird because you have to surf with it. If you can get a setup where you like have someone at a wall, you can get multiple hits on it, and it's pretty alright. But
This vessel is a class 100
if you
lunar.
surf and hit them once, it's kind of unwieldy to try and whip around to hit them with it again.
Thank you very much for using this service.
So I would definitely recommend it for, you know, if your opponent's up near a wall. If you can get them stuck, that would be great. It would work excellently for that weapon. Here you're going down. Deathverse does have problems, but I feel overall it's a game worth playing, worth trying out at least. That being said, try it out on PlayStation, whether it's your PS4 or PS5, because the Steam version, like last I checked, like an hour and 10 minutes ago, had less than 60 people playing. And that's not enough for 4 full matches. There are definitely more people playing on PS4 and PS5. And I would play on my PS4, but just in the menu, like not even in the actual game itself or in a match. My PS4 started going nuts. Like my PS4 was legitimately trying to take off into space. And it was running fine. It was running quiet. It was running smooth. And then the moment I opened the crafting menu, it just started, like, the fans just went to, 11. Just absolutely insane on the fans. And I have no idea why. Because all that happens is you get an extra menu, and the wooden nutcracker version of the crafting guy from this game pops his head out. And you get a menu with that stuff on it. Why the PS3 chugs, or not chugs, but the fans, or PS4, the fans going nuts. I don't know. Like, I hate to bring my PS4 to run an actual match, because if it's struggling that much with the menu, you know, the thing might just explode around my desk right next to me. I feel like the path for this might be to go down teal. But yeah, if my PS4 could run Deathverse without dying, I would probably play it over there and stream more of it. You know what, we're already here, let's just head this way. Hopefully there's an elevator. Nice. I'm trying to think about what faster method there would be. No, I guess the only way is to... Yeah, I think though we probably would end up closer to the teal escalator if we find the elevator on this floor. Or maybe not. It's starting to seem a little less likely. Oh, that's probably a Forceman fight. There's no way we can... If we can't handle the one from the first 10 floors, there's no way we can handle the one from here. Jesus Christ. I forgot about the firework trap and distracted. I forgot how much longer these floors are than lower floors.
Thank you for coming.
Oh, do I not have the second hit? Screw it.
Please state you're going down.
I'm gonna try and hang on to this life stream buff as long as possible.
is locked from the inside.
Oh yeah, another thing about Deathverse.
We look forward to your return.
Turns out when you go from bronze to silver, and I'm assuming between other ranks as well, you get a little cutscene where metal whirs past your character's window and they start stumbling and losing their balance, and then suddenly it stops and you see a different view outside. With bronze, you see kind of at the bottom of a cliff and there's like a shack and it's on a beach. And then when you reach silver, it's a building, a nicer looking house sitting on top of a cliffside. Or sitting on a hill. Either way, much nicer. So people that are in like the high red tier, like, do they see a neon cityscape below them? Because it implies that you're going higher and that your quality of living is also higher, at least for your character in game. Your character also does a little fist, like looks out the window, sees everything's nicer, and then does a little fist pump. What is our gear? You know what? I think it's time to bust it out. I've been sitting on this golden snowcap for a long time. And wait, do I have a backup melee weapon I can... No. Well, that's good enough. Yeah, okay. Because it's what's currently in your hands, if I remember correctly, not everything in your hands. Well, I managed to ramble about Deathverse for almost an hour. Pretty good, I must say. I don't know what else I have to say about it. I will say having the level cap of level 10 for a base version of a weapon being met before you're allowed to craft more advanced versions of it feels kind of weird. I mean, I guess it's a matter of making sure that the player understands what the weapon's about and at its core before they try and get involved with advanced stuff for it. But I don't know, it feels weird because I'm trying to I'm struggling to get stronger or get enough kills to level it up enough to be able to get advanced versions of, say, the machete or the buzzsaw. But that's primarily because of a lack of players on Steam.
Come back anytime.
Yeah, I think Deathverse's biggest flaw is that not enough people are interested in playing it, at least not on Steam. I can't find the metrics for who's on or what the peak number of players or what the number of concurrent players on PS4 and PS5 are about. The devs did mention in an interview that they wanted to get crossplay going at some point, which I think would help the problem, provided it's stable. If it's not stable, then, you know, people would disable the crossplay if they have the option to in the options. Let me see. Wait, we can straight up go higher? I mean, I'm sure I need to defeat Jindai before I'm allowed to go fight the floor 40 boss. Oh, I'd probably need a melee weapon. I don't know if this is gonna be enough. Because Jindai is the mid-boss for War Ensemble, which means a resistance to bullets. This at least is majorly fire damage and some piercing damage. Let's go for it. And let's start here.
Going up.
Oh yeah, Deathverse has had past tense.
That's right. Our customers are steadily increasing.
They had an emote that was part of the daily shop
Thank you
rotation
very much for
called
using this
Heavy Metal,
service.
where your character yells and then throws up the devil horns and looks to the sides and throw them at the other people lined up waiting for the match to start. You know what? I'm not feeling very confident about this layout if we need to go beyond the ramp to... Yeah, let's go to floor 39 and go down. I would need to use up a lot of ammo
Thank you for coming. Please state your desired floor.
to deal with the ramp.
Going up.
Oh yeah, that's right. At one point, Deathverse had given out 1,000
This
death medals
vessel
for free
is a class 100 clean room.
because the game had been in and out of emergency maintenance a lot,
Look
and that was
forward
their
to your
apology.
return.
So we want gold down escalator. Okay. Or wait. You know, what if it's on the other side? But yeah, they had given out a bunch of death medals as an apology for the game being in emergency maintenance so much. And here we go. And I thought maybe that would bring a bunch of players back on the Steam version of the game. But it didn't make that much of a difference. I think people weren't keeping up with what was going on, with the keeping up with the death medals being sent out, because they ended up being later than people expected. They had initially said that anyone who plays by the 9th of October would get the death medals, and so people thought, okay, they'll give them out on the 9th. But it would turn out that they were not. It ended up happening on the 12th instead, which I think was why the 1,000 death medals didn't bring as many people back as the devs may have anticipated it to. Or at least I anticipate it too. Here we go. I should probably keep an eye out for usable mushrooms too. Because I might be overestimating myself. Thinking I can take Shindai on without mushrooms. Never mind. Jesus Christ. Oh, damn it. Oh, that worked out perfectly, actually. That was way closer than I need to be. Oh, damn it. Yeah, no, that just flat out sucked. Alright. Okay. That life shroom did end up being a pretty good pick though. I fumbled that, but it worked out because I was killed as I was eating it, so the old buff got used before the new buff could get applied. Oh, yes, nice. You know what? I'm glad I came back. because I need 3 more of those, and then I can upgrade this assault rifle to do like 1,000, have like 1,000 damage per bullet, or 1,000 attack instead of the 500 it's at now. Or was it 2k? It's something ridiculous. Okay, now to just get through here, get back to the elevator, and do it all without dying. Since I'm just planning on heading back to the waiting room, it might be worth it to just go through everything with the flamethrower instead of trying to conserve it. Okay, there's no one over there. There's bullet tubers over here. Increase my chances of survival a little. I think this time around I had to run through here. Pumpkin shroom, so yeah, we're good. Didn't recognize they had the baseball pitcher. That thing does massive damage at this point in the game. And nice. It's right here.
Thank you for coming. Please stay here to going down.
So yeah, I'm definitely gonna need to do some
This
farming,
elevator is locked from
get
the
some
inside.
new weapons again. I kind of wanted to stream,
look
stream
forward
out
to
here
your
because it's been a
return.
bit since I have. Oh yeah, and there's a fight going on, so in about 7 hours I should get a bunch of kill coins. Yeah, I think I'll end here for now. So, thank you everyone who came to watch and listen to my rants and thoughts about, or not rant, just rambling about Deathverse. I honestly had a lot more to say about it than I thought I did. So, glad this wasn't too short of a stream. And thank you everyone for watching, and goodbye.